Thank you. Another roll call, please.
Chairman Bose,
Here.
Vice Chairman Derryberry,
Here.
Commissioner Burden,
Present.
Commissioner Loa is absent, Commissioner Moore,
Present.
Commissioner Tufts is not present, and Commissioner Underwood. We have a quorum.
Thank you. Public business from the floor. Any person who'd like to address the commission on any agendized item is requested to complete a speaker's card for the recording secretary and identify the agenda item that you'd like to discuss. Each person will then be given an opportunity to address the commission at the time the commission discusses the item. Speaker cards are available at the rear of the chamber, and if you'd like to fill them out and place them on my left, your right, in the little box up there at the end of the dais, they'll gather them, and when it comes time, we'll call upon you. Individual speakers are limited to 3 minutes each. However, if the applicant wishes to address us relative to their project, we allow them sufficient time to explain their project in depth and answer questions from the commission before the public has an opportunity to address the commission. That way you might get information you're seeking prior to your comments. So we have three action items tonight. The first action item is the minutes from the regular meeting of August 19, 2024. May I have a motion, please?
I move to approve the minutes from the regular meeting of August 19, 2024.
I'll second.
Thank you. Any questions, comments, corrections? None? All right, then, please vote. There we go. Five yeses, the motion passes with 2 absent. So we have 2 new public hearings tonight. First public hearing, item number 2, is conditional use permit 24-02. Ms. Brakey is a staffer who will talk to us tonight and tell us all about it.
Thank you, Chairman Vos, members of the Planning Commission. The first new item before you tonight is conditional use permit number 24002. This is a proposal for a new grocery store on the boulevard. The subject property is located at 620 West Lancaster Boulevard between Date and Cedar Avenue. The property is located in the Cedar Avenue Arts District of the Downtown Lancaster Specific Plan. The specific plan identifies that grocery stores require a conditional use permit in this zone, and at this time, no alcohol or tobacco sales are proposed. The tenant space was previously occupied by a gold and silver exchange business. Current neighboring tenants include a pet grooming location and an apparel store, among other commercial businesses. This is the proposed floor plan of the tenant space with the boulevard and north shown on the left side of the screen. The floor plan includes approximately 800 square feet of sales area at the front on the left, with approximately 500 square feet of storage behind on the right. No exterior modifications of the space are proposed at this time. In conclusion, staff recommends to adopt resolution number 2418, approving conditional use permit number 24002 to allow for a grocery store within an existing building in the Cedar Avenue Arts District of the Downtown Lancaster Specific Plan, and finding the project categorically exempt under the California Environmental Quality Act, authorize staff to execute and file a notice of exemption. The applicant has provided an uncontested letter for this hearing, and myself and the applicant are available if you have any questions.
All right, very good. Thank you. I don't know that I mentioned the public hearing was open. If I didn't, it was, and is, right? The applicant here or their representative who'd like to answer, say hello to us and answer a couple questions, maybe?
Sure. Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman and members of the Planning Commission. My name is Kenneth Versosa. I'm project manager for Chalman Engineering. I'm also the representative for the applicant for this particular CUP, and I'm here for any questions.
Thank you. I had one principal question. It appears this is a demise space that's rather small. It looks like it's only about 15 feet frontage. Would that be about right?
For this particular store, yes.
If you could pull up the
Yeah.
site plan, Ken.
The floor plan. Yeah, it's a very narrow space out of one portion of the entire building.
So the tenant, you're not proposing any tenant improvements other than, for instance, no tenant improvements to the toilet room space, only addition of fixtures and furniture, right?
That's correct.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Any other questions from anybody?
Is the access only from the boulevard, or will customers enter from the rear through the storage as well?
No, it'll only be from the boulevard, parking, of course, in the plaza area and then on the street. No rear public access, maybe just for deliveries.
Okay.
Yeah, there's public parking in the rear of this building and, as I recall, right?
Yes, there is, but still they would be having to walk around to the front of the building to enter.
Good exercise. All right, thanks very much, sir.
Thank you.
So from staff, it's an existing non-conforming use that's been operated previously. How do we make a judgment on the ADA requirements for the toilet room?
That determination would be made by building and safety if necessary. Typically, existing facilities are able to continue operation as is. But if improvements to the site are necessary per building and safety, then they would be making that call.
So by our action tonight, if we approve this project and building and safety requires additional improvements, modifications, such as conforming the toilet room to ADA compliance, then that would be on the applicant, right?
Correct, and I can clarify further that building and safety did provide conditions on this project, calling out exactly that requirement, that they
Okay.
comply with ADA.
Just want to make sure. All right, very good. And the applicant did provide a letter agreeing to all the conditions of approval, right? You did, okay, very good, thank you. Any other questions or comments from anyone? All right, then, we'll close the public hearing without objection and consider a motion.
I'll move that we adopt resolution number 24-18, approving conditional use permit number 24002 to allow for a grocery store within an existing building in the Cedar Avenue Arts District of the downtown Lancaster specific plan, located at 620 West Lancaster Boulevard, APN 3134-015-017, and finding the project categorically exempt under CEQA and authorizing staff to execute and file a notice of exemption.
Thank you. Second?
I second.
Thank you. All right, nothing further? Please vote. There we go. And the motion passes 5-0 with 2 absent. So good luck on your project. All right, the next public hearing item is tentative tract map number 84283, TTM 23-011. So without objection, the public hearing is open on this matter. Do we have speaker cards on this item?
No speaker cards.
No speaker cards? If you have a speaker card and you want to speak, you want to put it up there right on the end of the dais, and we'll call on you when you're ready.
No, ma'am. You'll have an opportunity to provide public comment. This is specifically for a tentative tract map project.
Okay, no one wants to speak on this item.
Not on this item, no.
Okay. It's nice to see so many people here, but nobody wants to talk to us. Maybe later, huh? All right then, Ms. Swain, tell us
Sure.
about the project.
Chairman Vosa, members of the commission, before you this afternoon is tentative tract map number 84283. The project site is located on approximately 20 acres at the southeast corner of 70th Street West and Avenue L in the R10,000 zone. The Avani South Specific Plan area is located immediately north. Existing residential uses are located to the west, and a Pacific Community subdivision is under construction to the east. The applicant proposes to subdivide the subject property into 56 single-family residential lots ranging in size from slightly over 10,000 square feet to 17,994 square feet. Access to the subdivision would be from Avenue L4 and from the subdivision under construction immediately to the east of the project site. All streets within the subdivision would be public. A block wall with meandering sidewalks and landscaping would be placed along 70th Street West and Avenue L. Comment letters were received from Caltrans, the Air District, the California Department of Fish and Wildlife, and a member of the public. Comments raised in these letters have either been addressed in the initial study or raised concerns and provide comments not directly related to the proposed project. Staff is recommending that the Planning Commission adopt Resolution 24-19, approving tentative map 84283, adopting the initial study and mitigation monitoring and reporting program, and authorizing staff to file the notice of determination. Both myself and the applicant are available to answer any questions.
All right, thank you. I do not see in file a letter from the applicant approving the condition list or conditions of approval. Is the applicant here or the representative?
The applicant is here.
Evening. Why don't you tell us who you are?
Good afternoon, good evening. My name is Hagai Masler with KB Home, representing the project applicant. KB Home has a long history in the city of Lancaster. We are a national public home builder, publicly traded on New York Stock Exchange. We currently have 3 projects for sale in the city of Lancaster, 2 in West Lancaster, Primrose and Ironwood, and 1 in East Lancaster called Sonora. Regarding the no contest letter, we did have some minor modifications to the conditions that we agreed to, so I believe the modified conditions that are before you are acceptable to us.
That's all we wanted to get on the record.
Perfect.
Thank you very much. You've seen the conditions and the modifications, right?
I have.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, Ms. Swain, we got a paper dump here that none of us have read from California Department of Fish and Wildlife. That must have, the paper's still warm, so it must have come in today, this afternoon, this evening?
No, it came in at the end of last week.
It what?
It came in at the end of last week.
Really? Okay.
Really.
But we haven't seen it till today, right?
Correct. It was provided to administration to forward on to the commission. That's why you have it.
Okay. Very good, thank you.
There's nothing in that letter that has not been addressed in the initial study or that mitigation already applies to.
I have no doubt. So on the condition list, you modified item 38,
Correct.
correcting the right-of-way width to 58 feet instead of 60, and eliminating the raised median on the internal streets, which we don't do anyway.
That is correct.
Okay, very good. Not unless the applicant asks for it, I suppose.
The applicant requested the change to the right-of-way width on Drive B, and the other one was brought to the attention of staff as a typo.
Could you pull up the site plan so we can see what right-of-way B is? Or you can point it out, maybe? And our monitors up here are about the size of your fingernails, so.
It's the cul-de-sac.
Ah, okay.
Right there.
All right. And the street pattern design ties into the current track under construction that, is that Nelson Chung building that?
It is, it's Pacific Palacio, which is under construction immediately to the east right here. So the streets within this subdivision tie into the streets of that subdivision.
Very good. Okay. Thank you. I think that was all, wasn't it? Couple other changes.
There were two conditions deleted referring to CCNRs, which are not required since everything in this subdivision is public.
Okay. All right, very good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions, members? None? No questions from anyone? All right, very good. All right, and we have no speakers on this.
Not on this project, no.
Okay, then, without objection, we'll close the public hearing and consider a motion.
I'll move that we adopt resolution number 2419, approving tentative track map number 84283 TTM 23-011 for the subdivision of approximately 20 gross acres into 56 single-family residential lots in the R10,000 zone at the southeast corner of Avenue L and 70th Street West, APN number 3204-004-024, adopting the initial study, mitigated negative declaration, SCH number 2024-080-523, approving the mitigation monitoring and reporting program and authorizing staff to execute and file the notice of determination.
Thank you.
A second.
Thank you. All right, anything further from members? Nope. So, please vote. And the motion passes 5-0 with 2 absent. So good luck with your project.
Thank you very much.
Grow it out of the ground and be quick about it, right?
My best.
And don't make a lot of dust. Sounds kind of flippant, doesn't it? But if you're downwind from a project when the wind is blowing, you certainly don't like the dust in your face or in your house, that's for sure. But there are days that no matter what mitigations are placed upon the project, you just can't control the dust, no matter what you do. When you get a 50 or 60 mile an hour wind, it just happens, so. Anyway, so Ms. Garibay, do you have comments for us tonight?
Actually, I'm going to turn it over to our planning manager. Hai's going to provide our update today.
Thanks,
Mr.
Patty.
Nguyen, how are you, sir?
I am great. Great to see you. Good afternoon, Chair Vos and members of the Planning Commission. I am Hai Nu Nguyen. I am the planning manager for the city's planning division, and I'd like to share with you some insights of what's going on with the planning division and a sneak preview of next month's PC agenda. So first off, staff has been attending this monthly development agency working group. It's a meeting comprised of local stakeholders like waterworks and sanitation, and it's to meet and discuss specific development throughout the city and throughout the region, actually. This is a group assembled by Supervisor Barger, and this is part of the effort to improve interagency relations. Second, staff is working on 2 annexations for the city. There's the east side one and a west side one. For the west side annexation project, a notice of preparation, or NOP, for that project's environmental impact report, or EIR, was posted for public review, and that comment period ends on October 3rd. And for the east side project, you'll probably see something later on this year. And for October's PC agenda, we have a pretty full agenda. We have 4 items, which I think some residents here might be interested in commenting on. The first couple are 2 separate projects, but within the same vicinity. So the first one is a gas station and convenience store. And then the other project just across the street, which is 15th Street, is a mixed-use development, and that's on the south side of 15th and L. A couple more projects to be seen. We have a small subdivision on L and 26th Street, and then also a car wash. So those are the items that we're tentatively scheduling for October. And then lastly, on a fun note, October is planning month, so we are working with our communications team to roll out some fun and informative videos about city planning, so please look out for those. Besides that, I have nothing else, and staff is always available for you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Great to have you on board, by the way, and we've met, and then I missed last month's meeting, so I didn't get to introduce you, but Vice Chair Derryberry did. Thank you. So, you mentioned 2 projects. I don't recall that they were posted or advertised for a hearing today, were they?
They were not.
Okay. Okay. All right. So I'm assuming the folks here who want to talk about them, I would just tell you that this is not a public hearing, so your comments are your comments. They're not part of the consideration or deliberation of the Planning Commission, since it's not an agendized item. When it becomes an agendized item, then the public is invited to comment, and then your comments are recorded and considered. If the applicant, for instance, decides that they're not moving forward next Tuesday and pulls the application after a project's been advertised for a public hearing, public still noticed, but the project can be withdrawn or continued by the applicant or the commission at their pleasure, frankly. So you're more than welcome to talk to us tonight about anything that's not on the agenda, but please understand that a matter that's not agendized and will be in the future becomes part of the record at that time, not now. So if we're clear, if we have speakers, please introduce them.
We do. We have Ms. Pamela Morgan.
Ms. Morgan, good evening. Step right up there and speak with your outside voice like you were talking to your grandchildren.
Well, we'll see if this works or not. Does that work? Thanks for the opportunity to make a few comments anyway. I'll make some more official ones next month. But I did want to say one thing that I noticed about this project. I am a resident, and very short distance away, is the fact that the numbers of the parking spaces, I'm especially concerned about traffic and noise that goes along with it. It's a static number, and what I'm particularly concerned about is the dynamic turnover of cars as they come in and out. To all those, the apartment guests, the hotel guests, the retail, the restaurants, the drive-through restaurant, the drive-through gas station. And I don't really know that that's been really taken into account the way I think it's really kind of critical to do. the neighborhood has a particular, character, and people bought there for a particular reason, and this is really going to change things with that kind of turnover of traffic and noise. And also, I think people will be not going in where it's designed to go in necessarily, coming off of L to turn into where it's, but they will be going through those residential streets. I'm sure they'll think it's a big congestion at 15th and L, and they'll be cutting through all of our residential streets. And right now, even people come trying to go to the freeway, not realizing that the interior streets between L and M do not meet up with anything connected to the freeway. So I'm sure that will also increase the number of cars that go down there, turn around when they discover it's a dead end, and come back. So I'm just really concerned about the traffic flow over the time period daily. I think it's going to double, if not triple. So if people could kind of think about that a little bit, what that will do to a very semi-rural residential neighborhood, I think that would be much appreciated by everybody who lives there. And thank you very much.
Thank you for your comments. I hate to disappoint you. I won't think about it at all until it's until it's agendized, so.
I know, but
Thanks.
I'll be back.
Don't mean to be rude, but that's the way it works.
You told us.
And who's next?
Alice Lopez?
I'm going to wait.
Good. We look forward to hearing from you then.
Thank you.
And do we have any other speakers? There's a gentleman that's would like to talk to us, I think, maybe. Come right on up, but wait just a moment so we can find out who you are.
Gary Johnson.
Mr. Johnson, hi. Welcome.
Hello, thank you. I just wanted to talk real briefly. I know this is not official right now, but I'm a neighbor of Watch Captain in the area where in the Avenue L, between L and M, between the freeway and 20th Street West. We have 3 neighborhood watch captains. We have a lot of concerns and crime and issues that are going on in our area. We're very concerned about this development. It has an impact on our issues in our area. So we put together a letter. You'll receive that. I've given it to Ms. Swain, and you'll get it. So just want to make sure you give close attention to that. We have several other letters coming in to talk about various other concerns we have about the area. So I appreciate your time to review them. Okay?
We'll look forward to seeing you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
No other speakers?
No other speakers.
All right. All right, then. Anything further from staff tonight?
That's it. Nothing else?
None? Okay. So we then now stand adjourned to October 21st at 3:30 p.m. here in these chambers. Thank you all for your participation and good effort and hard work. As usual, you guys are great. Thank you.